Good evening. The time is 9 p.m. U.S. Central Time. This program is coming to you live from Chicago. And in the news at this hour, our top story. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have both tested positive for COVID-19. Trump's diagnosis is the most serious known health threat to a sitting president in decades, worsened by the two enhanced risk factors in his case, his age and his overweight condition. Former Vice President Joe Biden and his wife Jill Biden reported a negative test this morning, that is, no virus infection. Experts say this could pose a national security concern and leave the country more vulnerable to foreign meddling and discord. But perhaps of more immediate concern is the contagion factor. The Trumps have traveled far and wide and rarely worn masks, so medical experts say there is an untold number of people who may have come in contact with them. Some of that dangerous fallout has already manifested itself. Several attendees at the Saturday White House nomination ceremony for Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court have also tested positive, including Republican Utah Senator Mike Lee, Notre Dame University President John Jenkins, Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, and Trump's personal assistant Hope Daniels. To be clear, some of those may have been infected prior to the Saturday event. Add now to the list Senator Thom Tillis, Republican of North Carolina, according to a report filed just a few minutes ago by the Washington Post. In addition, even after White House officials learned of Hope Hicks' condition, Trump and his entourage flew to New Jersey yesterday, where he attended a fundraiser at his golf club in Bedminster and delivered a speech. Trump was in close contact with dozens of people, including campaign supporters, at a roundtable fundraising event. Trump was without a mask the entire time. After a campaign event this morning, Mr. Biden issued a statement. Thank you to everyone for your messages of concern. I hope this serves as a reminder. Wear a mask, keep social distance, and wash your hands. This is not a matter of politics, said Biden. It is a bracing reminder for all of us that we have to take the virus seriously. Biden canceled a second event later in the day as a preventative measure, as it was to be indoors with a crowd. More news in just a moment.
CDC is working to help keep you and your community safe from the threat of a novel or new coronavirus. There are steps you can take now to get ready if an outbreak occurs in your community. Make a household plan. Learn how to prepare and to take quick action if someone gets sick. Older adults and people with chronic medical conditions are at greater risk. Take extra steps to protect them. Think about what you will do if there are changes to your work schedule. And remember to always practice good health habits, such as frequently washing hands with soap and water, staying home when sick, and covering coughs and sneezes. For more information, visit cdc.gov.
In other news, after days of public pressure, President Trump finally condemned white supremacist groups, including the KKK and the Proud Boys, during an interview with Fox Network host Sean Hannity. Trump refused to denounce such racists during Tuesday's debate. Talking with Hannity, Trump appeared to conflate violence by far-left groups with white supremacists, even though his own FBI director says the far-right extremists are the top domestic terror concern. Meanwhile, more voting controversies are emerging across the country. Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued a proclamation limiting the number of drop-off locations for mail-in ballots to one site per county, despite the state's sprawling size and large population. In Michigan, the state attorney general has charged two notorious right-wing political operatives with running a voter suppression campaign meant to intimidate voters. The House of Representatives has voted to approve the $2.2 trillion stimulus plan put forth by Democrats, but faces an uphill climb in the Republican Senate. Businesses will be posting their third quarter financial results soon, and they're likely to show another disastrous plunge over the previous year's earnings. The job market is also wobbly, plus an additional 837,000 Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. Trump's illness may have changed the calculus on Capitol Hill, however. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said this afternoon she now believes she can reach a bipartisan economic relief deal with members of the administration. Pelosi called on airlines to hold off on imminent furloughs pending a deal. This kind of changes the dynamic because here they see the reality of what we have been saying all along. This is a vicious virus, Pelosi said on an MSNBC interview. I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic. We always have to find a path forward, and I believe we will. Here is our nightly coronavirus update. This information from the New York Times within the past hour. President Trump was transported to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center late in the afternoon. The report says Trump is struggling with a slight fever, cough, sore throat, and nasal congestion, according to officials familiar with his condition. Trump has received a dose of an experimental antibody mix being developed by the drug maker Regeneron, in addition to several other drugs, including zinc, vitamin D, and a generic heartburn treatment, according to a letter from his doctor that was released by the White House early this evening. More information just in. CNN correspondent Jim Acosta has filed a report citing a Trump campaign advisor. The source describes Trump as being very tired, very fatigued, and having some trouble breathing. Although at the White House, the official posture is still that Trump will be fine, Acosta relays that his source has told him, quote, "This is serious." Here are the current virus numbers from Johns Hopkins University Medical Center. Total cases now in the United States, 7,326,000. That is up by approximately 50,000 from yesterday's number. The death toll now stands at 208,600, an increase of 1,000 over yesterday's estimate. The financial markets and weather forecast after this.
Fall and winter is flu season. It takes about 2 weeks after getting a flu vaccine for your body to develop antibodies that protect against flu. So don't wait. Get yourself and your family vaccinated today. Learn more at cdc.gov/fightflu.
8 minutes after 9 p.m. in financial news. 6 months after the coronavirus pandemic tore a hole in the U.S. economy, what had been a possible beginning of a recovery is stalling, leaving millions out of work and threatening to push millions more, particularly women, out of the labor force entirely. The latest evidence came with this afternoon's Labor Department summary. It reports that 661,000 jobs were added in September, far fewer than forecasters had expected. It marked the third straight month of slowing job growth. The economy has nearly 11 million fewer jobs than it did before the pandemic, a bigger loss than the 8.7 million at the depth of the Great Recession a decade ago. Economists said the report underscored the need for more federal help. On Wall Street today, red ink, although not overly large amounts of it on the three major indexes. Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 134 points to close at 27,683. The Nasdaq off 251 at 11,075. And the S&P 500 finished the day at 3,348. That's minus 32 points. Finally, our weather report. Warm and dry conditions will keep the critical fire warnings in place over portions of the west and eastward into the plains. Meanwhile, heavy rainfall is expected to continue over parts of Florida through the weekend. Mainly cool weather will prevail from the Midwest to the East Coast with scattered and periodic rain showers. For Chicagoland, tonight mostly cloudy and cool with a low around 43. Tomorrow, Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 57. Clouding up in the late afternoon with rain chance of 30%. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, not quite as cool, but 70% rain chance, low around 47. Sunday, rain continuing early, 40%, then clearing with some sunshine in the afternoon and the high in the upper 50s. So basically, we have a rainy middle of our weekend, Saturday night, Sunday morning, but sunshine on either side of it. Our current conditions, 51 degrees at Midway Airport. Lakefront reports 49. Relative humidity 46% and easterly winds at 9 miles per hour. On the accurate weather radar screen, some rain over parts of South Dakota and central Nebraska, but on the home front, all clear. The time is 9:10, and once again, here at Radio City, we have 49 unremarkable degrees.
Live from Chicago, Variety Broadcast presents Radio Classics. Now, here's your host, Tom Edwards.
Well, just a slight example of late 50s, early 60s doo-wop. Doobie-doo-doo-doo, run. The Crystals for you on Radio Classics, 13 minutes after 9 o'clock. Well, a lot has happened in the past 24 hours since our previous get-together, huh? Cyberspace is absolutely ablaze with all kinds of conspiratorial talk. Let me throw my 2 cents. In fact, I'll make it 4 cents. If you've got a nickel, I'll give you back a penny. Or the other way around. You give me the nickel, I'll give you back the penny. Whatever it is, I'm going to give you a penny for my thoughts. Disregard all the conspiratorial talk. For one thing, this administration hasn't got 2 solid brain cells to rub together. They couldn't cook up anything like this. Then the other thing is there are too many moving parts, too many people involved in this. You've got U.S. senators, you've got administrative assistants, you've got the White House chief of staff, you've got members of the office of the Oval Office and the vice president's office, and now you've got doctors and nurses at Walter Reed Hospital. There are too many moving parts, too many people involved in this. And the larger that any kind of plan becomes, the more people who get involved with it, the less chance of it coming off successfully. You know, you've heard the old expression, if you want to really screw things up, form a committee. It works that way with criminal conspiracies, too. The more people who get involved, the more likely that somebody's going to blab. And that's all the more true when you have people who are unethical to start with. They can't be trusted to keep their mouth shut. So as far as this being some kind of a plot where Trump is pretending to be sick and, you know, he's going to, like 3 days hence, stepping out of the tomb, a grand resurrection where he has shaken off the virus and comes back like Superman with a big blue and yellow S on his chest and proclaiming that the drug hydroxychloroquine, you know, cured him, and now we've all got successful vaccinations that we can line up and get thanks to the commander-in-chief being so brave. Please, that's a Tom Clancy novel. Okay, this is just an arrogant, fat, careless old man who thought of nobody but himself and thinks that he's invulnerable. And because of his stupid policies, with all of them running around thinking they know better than the medical experts, know better than all the scientists, and refusing to wear a mask and refusing to engage in social distancing. Look at that Saturday get-together for the official announcement of Judge Barrett, who's being nominated to the Supreme Court, all of them on the White House lawn. That senator from Utah, Republican Mike Lee, did you see him on camera running up and getting in everybody's face and hugging people? You know, I don't mind people being demonstrative and friendly and so forth, but like I said, the arrogance of these people, the utter disregard for science. Don't they know what day it is? You know, it's like virus day. Hello? You don't get into people's faces, especially not without a face mask. Yet he did. That must have been a super spreader event at the White House that Saturday. And Trump, knowing that Hope Hicks, now knowing at that point, it's a matter of record. You can simply look up all of the information on the internet, all of the news sources, it's all out there. They knew that Hope Hicks had already tested positive by the time he flew to New Jersey and then staged an indoor campaign event where once again he's going to holler and sneeze and spit all over people and spread more of it. No, this is not any grand conspiracy because they haven't got the brains to run a conspiracy. They couldn't run a hot dog stand, these people. Okay, so put all of that out of your mind. It is not some grand conspiracy and he's going to take over the world and no. Now, here's one thing that we do need to be cautious of, though. Be on the lookout. If you see them taking Mike Pence to the golf course, in case he needs to take over presidential duties, well, then you'll know something's up.
You worked too hard, you ate too much, the cheesecake made you greedy. Let your aching head and stomach hear this message from old Speedy. Alka-Seltzer, plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Ah, those speedy Alka-Seltzer bubbles burst into action to relieve your upset stomach and aching head fast. Use only as directed. Oh, what a relief it is. What a relief.
Oh, what a relief. A couple of more quick words to bring to you. Now, Mr. Biden's campaign says that they are suspending all negative advertising. Not completely taking all campaign advertising off the air, but just anything that might have a negative punch to it. They are not going to lay any gloves on Mr. Trump at this time. They're being very gracious, pulling all negative advertising off the air. Needless to say, I don't even need to tell you, they are not doing the same thing from the other side, and Trump is continuing in between wheezing and, intakes of oxygen, saying nasty things about Mr. Biden. So you know how that goes. And once more, just to recap, now they've taken him to Walter Reed Hospital and they've given him an experimental regimen of drugs from the pharmaceutical company called Regeneron. Jim Acosta with CNN reports that the symptoms have got some people within the White House circle rather worried. He's having trouble breathing. He's got something of a fever, cough, sore throat. So, it's cause for concern at this point. Everybody's watching it. That's all we know up to this point. 9:20 in the evening in the beautiful, windy city of Chicago. Hello to you from Mr. J. Cat Rockefeller and me, my sound engineer, my assistant. Well, he's actually the boss, but don't tell him that. It tends to go to his head sometimes. See? All right. You're the boss. I was just kidding. You are the boss. He's got his little paw on the trivia machine. He's ready to roll. So I guess we want to do that. Let me tell you about the trivia game. Now, as always, my control panel shows that we have a few folks who are off in the background listening, you might say. Now, just so you know, this is an option. If you wish, you can join us on our chat board. It isn't necessary to formally sign up with a full account. If you wish, you can just plug in a nickname and hop on board that way. The automation will let you on board, and that way you can chit-chat with the other folks and join in the game with us. But that's just optional. I'm glad you're here in any case, just letting you know what's available to you. But we do have a marvelous trivia game, our online radio game show with the greatest contestants in the world. They are the regular panelists. You see them tonight with us. And here's how we do it. We play for Monopoly money, and whoever saves up the most Monopoly dollars by the end of the broadcast wins a fabulous grand prize. Tonight we are giving away the third of the Orange Properties, Tennessee Avenue. That can be yours if the price is right. Now, remember, no search engines on the honor system. No Google, no Bing, no Yahoo. We'll smack your hand if we catch you doing that. Okay. Be careful also about multi-part questions. We do those from time to time. So if the question does have more than one part, answer all of it to make sure that your entry is counted. Those are our easy rules. Now let's get to the fun part. First question out of the box. $30. And our category is TV trivia. CBS came late to the late night talk show party. Not until the summer of 1969 did they put up a show to go head to head with Johnny Carson on NBC and Joey Bishop on ABC. This fellow had hosted other shows, including daytimers, but this was his first foray into the late night circuit. Name the host. All right, first correct answer on the board wins $30. CBS came late to the late night talk show party. They finally, in 1969, threw in an entry to go head to head with Johnny Carson and Joey Bishop, who was the CBS host on late night television. Tell me his name. And while you're thinking about that one, let's do some Doobies. Doobie Brothers. I mean, the good kind. Doobie Brothers music, Take Me in Your Arms, on Radio Classics. Raise your hand if you had to go and look up what a doobie is. I'm old enough to remember a really old meaning of the word doobie. If you remember Miss Lois and Romper Room, I'm a Romper Room doobie, a doobie all day long. Actually, now, her name may or may not have been Miss Lois in your neck of the woods, because that was one of those syndicated shows, and they did an original version in different cities throughout the country. They didn't have a network program that beamed everywhere. It was, what do you call it, like when they have restaurants that are leased out to people who rent them on an individual basis. Come on, what's the word? It'll come to me in a minute. Franchise. The television show was sort of like a franchise, and each individual city had its own hostess. Now, in the St. Louis area, Miss Lois was the hostess of Romper Room, and I remember how she used to look through the magic mirror and see all of the kids at home, and I would wait for her to call my name. And then there was a song that they did. I always do what's right. I never do anything wrong. I'm a Romper Room doobie, a doobie all day long. I wonder if she knew that someday doobie would mean, you know, or the Doobie Brothers, take me in your arms and rock me, baby. What the heck were we even talking about? I went so far afield, I forgot what my name is. 28 minutes after 9 o'clock at Radio Classics. We have a trivia game underway. You know what? I don't think we have a winner just yet. No, we don't. I'm scrolling back over everybody's answers to double check. Our question is as follows. TV trivia is the category. Johnny Carson did the late night program on NBC. Joey Bishop was the host on ABC, the late night interview shows that came on after the nightly news. In 1969, CBS finally decided they would get into that game too, so they put on a late night talk show with a host who had been around a while. He had done other television. He wasn't brand new on the scene, but it was his first foray into the nighttime talk show circuit. So tell me his name. You got about another minute to think on that one.
It's new. It's the newest Spearmint.
The coolest spearmint.
New Beech Nut Frosty Mint Gum.
The chilliest.
Most refreshingest. New Beech Nut Frosty Mint Gum. The truest spearmint flavor that starts lively. Spearmint flavor that stays lively. The flavor's in it. The flavor's on it.
In each minty green swirl.
You can taste the added flavor. You can see the added flavor.
In each flavorful frosty green mint swirl.
It's the newest, coolest, mintiest flavor ever put in one stick of gum.
From Beech Nut.
New Beech Nut Frosty Mint Gum.
More flavor to choose. More flavors to choose. The flavor starts lively. The flavor stays lively. By Beech Nut. By Beech Nut. By Beech Nut. By gum.
Try Beech Nut Frosty Mint Gum.
By gum, by golly. We have some good guesses on the board. Susan guessed Letterman, but he was later in the game. It was too early for Letterman. This was 1969. And Carlotta made a good guess, too, in the ballpark. Steve Allen is who you were thinking of, the fellow who wore the aviator glasses. Or was it Dave Garroway? Now, two different ones over the years had those characteristic aviator glasses. I'm not sure which one you might have been thinking of. But at any rate, Pat has the correct answer. She came up with it at the last minute. Round of applause, audience. Pat wins $30. Merv Griffin was the answer. The Merv Griffin Show. And you remember the woman who did the advertising for him, the famous Audience? She used to be in the audience on Jack Paar, and she became something of a character. You remember Mrs. Miller? She even released a few, what would you call them to be generous, gag musical records. I mean, she couldn't sing any more than I Could Fly a 747, but she released some musical recordings as a gag. Mrs. Miller, the famous Audience, she moved from Jack Paar over to Merv Griffin. So that's who we're talking about. Here comes question number 2. Put your thinking cap on. Get your typing fingers ready. And our second question is another TV trivia. All right, $20 on this one. It is a familiar theme. Two divorced women, both with children, decide to share a house. This show aired from 1983 to 1989 on CBS, starring Susan St. James and Jane Curtin. Name the show. $20 TV trivia. Two divorced women, both of them with their own children. They decide to share a house after the divorce. This show aired from 83 to 89 on CBS. The stars were Susan. Meister's Club has come up with another correct answer, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment.
Fruit juicy. Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Sure.
You taste 7 kinds of fruit in Hawaiian punch. 7 kinds of fruit in Hawaiian punch. Hawaiian punch is made with 7 kinds of fruit for a one-of-a-kind fruit taste.
Hawaiian Punch Fruit Punch with 10% real fruit juice for a real fruit juicy taste.
Hawaiian punch is made with 7 kinds of fruit
For a one-of-a-kind fruit taste.
Now, my control panel here shows the signal is beaming out fine. Carlotta reports that she had a sound outage for several minutes. I don't know if that dovetails with anybody else has been encountering, but my control panel here shows me that the signal is beaming out fine. Now, if anybody else is encountering sound problems, please let me know. If we have to, we'll reboot like they do with a computer. I've got a way to, reset it completely. It means that we have to go off the air for a minute, but we will come back on. But I think Carlotta seems to be the only one with any sound problems. But like I say, let me know if anybody else is having problems and we'll deal with it. Meantime, would the audience give a nice round of applause? Round 2 for Pat. Pat's the gal to beat tonight. She's up to 50 now. Our second trivia question, $20 on that one. Susan St. James and Jane Curtin. Their program was called Kate and Allie. Absolutely right. Let's see. Coming up next, we'll have Name That Tune in our next trivia question. Don't go away. That comes up after this.
Tony's right. These crispy sugar frosted flakes are a work of art that says,
Good morning, good morning. The best to you each morning. Let K-double-L-O double good Kellogg's start your day. Have some Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes. They're great!
You also get sugar frosted flakes in the Kellogg Snack Pack. 6 packages of 4 Kellogg's Ready Sweetened favorites.
All right. Thank you for the information. Our friend Susan mentions on the chat board that Kelly Ann Conway now has been declared positive with the coronavirus. I guess she was probably at the Saturday afternoon super spreader event on the White House lawn. Did somebody else have a news bulletin that came along? You may have to repeat it because we've got a lot of conversation going on the chat board, and it's difficult for me to watch both the control panel and the chat board. So I did catch the information that Susan brought to us about Kelly Ann Conway has COVID. If somebody else had another bulletin, please repeat that. All right. In the meantime, now we will do our next trivia question. Mr. Rockefeller, please push the button on the trivia machine. Here we go. And it's Name That Tune. $25 prize on this round. Now, as always, with a Name That Tune, it's a two-parter. We're going to need singer and song. So please be sure that you include both in your answer so we can count your entry. What are the hints on this one? 1966, the first record released by this group, and they started off big. It was a #1 hit. Turn your volume up just a little bit. Listen carefully. Here comes your audio clue.
Name that tune.
'Cause I'm leaving in the morning and I must see you again. We'll have one more night together till the morning brings my...
And now, here's more of Radio Classics with your host, Tom Edwards.
See
Fifth Dimension, Wedding Bell Blues. Our friend Pat informs us that she and hubby Pooh, Bill, are dancing to the Wedding Bell Blues in New York. 9:41 in Chicago, U.S. Central Time, 19 minutes before 10 o'clock. An exciting trivia game underway. And let's see, we do have a winner on that one. Everybody was posting such wonderful pictures of people dancing, and Carlotta has one of like a little teddy bear dancing. I guess we really hit a home run with that choice of song, Wedding Bell Blues. Everybody seems to like that one. But now, thanks to that, I've lost track of the answer. So bear with me as I scroll back and try to find it. There it is. Okay, Celeste looks like our first one on the board, the fastest fingers with the correct answer. Good job. Celeste wins Name That Tune. $25. We were looking for the Monkees from 1966. The last train to Clarksville. All aboard.
Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30, 'cause I've made your reservation. Don't be slow. No, no, no. No, no, no. 'Cause I'm leaving in the morning and I must see you again. We'll have one more night together till the morning brings my train and I must go. No, no, no. No, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville. I'll be waiting at the station. We'll have time for coffee, for later kisses, and a bit of conversation. No, no, no. No, no, no. Take the last train to Clarksville. Now I must hang up the phone. I can't hear you in this noisy railroad station. All alone I'm feeling low. No, no, no. No, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30, 'cause I've made your reservation. Don't be slow. No, no, no. No, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville.
The Monkees, Last Train to Clarksville. Well, I see our friend and regular trivia panelist, Sherry, finally made her way over. Sherry took a wrong turn tonight. She was over on the old YouTube board. Welcome back. You got lost. Sherry might remember this because we are of similar era and went to the same grade school, in fact. Slightly different times and homerooms and all of that, but in the general era. But at any rate, as I recall, it was Monday night that the Monkees were on. And they were on opposite Gilligan's Island. And the girls that year, that was my fourth grade, so let me think, that was about 1966, give or take. And the girls would all come in charged up about the Monkees episode the night before. And so the boys had to sort of counteract all of the girl talk about the Monkees. We would talk about Gilligan's Island, and it was kind of an early battle of the sexes, but brings back good memories. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees. Well, speaking of looking back and enjoying memories, let's have the opener, Maestro, for our look at this date in history. 1, 2, 3, go. 2nd of October. As we look back on this date, 1985, a sad note, Rock Hudson, at age 59, became the first major U.S. celebrity to die of complications from AIDS. 1967, on this date, Thurgood Marshall was sworn in as the first black Supreme Court justice. 1919, Woodrow Wilson suffered a stroke while in office. He did slowly recover. His wife pretty much managed affairs in the meantime, keeping the seriousness concealed as best they could from the press. 1941, on this date, the Nazis began their surge into Moscow, led by the 1st Army Group and General Fedor von Bock. Russian peasants in the path of Hitler's army employed a scorched earth policy. Famous birthdays today: Nat Turner, American leader of a major slave rebellion in 1831. He was born on this date, 1800. Paul von Hindenburg, German World War I general and later the President of Germany, born 1847. Mahatma Gandhi, Indian independence activist and spiritual leader, born 1869. Julius Marx, we knew him better by his nickname Groucho, king of comedy, born 1890. Another legend from the world of comedy, Bud Abbott. He was the tall one. The little dumb one was Lou Costello, but Bud was born on this date in 1895. Rex Reed, American movie critic and occasional actor, is celebrating number 82 today. Mr. American Pie, Don McLean, American singer and songwriter, number 75. DK, famous monogram in the world of fashion, Donna Karan, 72 candles on her cake today. And finally, musical birthday boy, Gordon Sumner, British actor, songwriter, and singer, better known by his stage name, Sting, lead singer of The Police. Happy birthday, number 69 today.
Young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. She wants him so badly, knows what she wants to be. Inside her, there's longing. This girl's an open page, bookmarking. She's so close now. This girl is half his age. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so close to me. Her friends are so jealous. You know how bad girls get. Sometimes it's not so easy to be the teacher's pet. Temptation
In addition to a birthday greeting for Mr. Sting of the Police, that's our public service announcement for the day. Don't stand so close to me. Let's jump right to another musical selection, shall we? This one from our treasure chest of musical memories.
Thanks for the memories.
All or nothing at all. Half a love never appealed to me. If your heart never could yield to me, then I'd rather have nothing at all. All or nothing at all. If it's love, there is no in-between. Why begin and cry for something that might have been? No, I'd rather have nothing at all. Oh, please don't bring your lips so close to my cheek. Don't smile or I'll be lost beyond recall. The kiss in your eyes and the touch of your hand makes me weak, and my heart may grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I would be caught in the undertow. And so you see, I've got to say no, no. All or nothing at all.
And there we have a 24-year-old blue-eyed fellow from Hoboken, New Jersey, standing in front of the Harry James Orchestra. Young Mr. Sinatra, all or nothing at all. One more trivia before we head out for the night. Coming right up. Don't go away.
Nothing refreshes like A&W root beer. So good,
just right.
let's have some tonight. A&W root beer.
You know, if they could figure out a way to put, like, good things like vitamin C and iron and niacin and different proteins and nutrients in root beer, I would live on root beer floats and coffee. I don't think I would need anything else. I would subsist on root beer floats and coffee if it did you any good. But as it is, it's probably just nothing but sugar. Anyway, here's our last trivia question for the night. Kick the old machine one more time. And we're looking at movies. And it's a $25 question. All right, the year is 1987. It was a dark comedy. A dark one. The name of the cast members ought to give it to you. Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon, and Jack Nicholson. 1987, a dark comedy movie for $25. The cast members were Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon, and Jack Nicholson. Tell me the name of the show. Good luck.
Well, you can rock it, you can roll it, do the stop and even stroll it at the hop. When the record starts spinning, you chill it, so when you're chicken at the hop. Do the dance sensations that are sweeping the nation at the hop. Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop. Oh baby, let's go to the hop. Oh baby, let's go to the hop. Come on, let's go to the hop. Well, you can swing it, you can groove it, you can really start to move it at the hop. Where the jockey is the smoothest and the music is the coolest at the hop. All the cats and the chicks can get their kicks at the hop. Let's go! Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop. Oh baby, let's go to the hop. Oh baby, let's go to the hop. Come on, let's go to the hop. Let's go! Well, you can rock it, you can roll it, do the stop and even stroll it at the hop. When the record starts spinning, you chill it, so when you're chicken at the hop. Do the dance sensations that are sweeping the nation at the hop. You can swing it, you can groove it, you can really start to move it at the hop. Where the jockey is the smoothest and the music is the coolest at the hop. All the cats and the chicks can get their kicks at the hop. Let's go! Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop. Oh baby, let's go to the hop. Oh baby, let's go to the hop. Come on, let's go to the hop.
Hop to it. There we have Danny and the Juniors on Radio Classics. Just about quitting time. I have 9:59 p.m. here on our good clock. Maestro, could we have the closing theme, please? All right. As always, I've enjoyed it, and I thank you for tuning in. Let's settle up the trivia game. First of all, nice round of applause for all our contestants. And Charlotte got the last question correct, the movie question for $25, The Witches of Eastwick, the one starring Jack Nicholson with the three ladies, Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Susan Sarandon. Yes, indeed, The Witches of Eastwick. So that brings our scoreboard to the following. Celeste and Carlotta tied 25 apiece at second place, but 2 nights in a row, Pat is now the champion, $50. Congratulations. And we will post your winner on the board tonight, Tennessee Avenue, the orange property. Add that to your real estate portfolio with everyone's compliments. All right. Have a nice weekend. Remember now, we have a share button on the website so you can let your Facebook friends know about the program. Just click it and it'll go right onto your Facebook page. Or if you want to tell people about it in person, just let them know to click up TomEdwards.info on whatever internet device they're using, and that'll bring them right here. Last and not least, boy, do I ever not need to tell you tonight, keep your mask on. The crazy man in the Oval Office has caused a wake of terrible destruction. I don't want it to hit you, my friends and family, so please keep your mask on and be safe. On behalf of Mr. Rockefeller and myself, have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you Monday.